a whole lot of other teams that have been playing throughout the last week or two, to be perfectly honest. I think we've been criticizing red side teams here in the LCK quite a lot, and for good reason. The class, as far as the jungle is concerned, double scuttle 3 buff is certainly not fantastic, as we do have Cuz just searching for a Raptor camp that he could possibly get his hands on. And oh dear, there's the flash slam, and Beryl going to hold him in position. That's first blood, and it goes over to Showmaker, who actually flashed for it as well.
At the moment.
He might make me sneeze as well. Is sneezing kind of like yawning, where it's like contagious? Or is it only contagious because of the fact that you can catch a cold off other people? All right, Peter going to find a headbutt pulverize here onto Shiu, who's continuing to have a little bit of trouble here on this top side of the map. Gabe, beautifully done. DK going to use this in order to try and get themselves some grubs, but KT not wanting to give this one up. Peter at level 5, not going to be too scary on this cow, but do manage to get one of the smites, and Lucid might even be able to get more here as Cuz is moving over. Showmaker avoids one of the Qs here from B2D as they get Lucid and Beryl out of the area, and it looks like KT will be able to slurp up the remaining grubs that are left.
Yep. Looking a little bit cautious about this one though. Cuz doesn't have a smite available yet. Looks like they're trying to wait for the cooldown. Yeah. Beryl has so much aura right now, just zoning them off.
Yeah,
and they will force them away.
Yeah, Gabe, Lucid and Showmaker time to come over here, and Lucid will be able to... Oh, almost. 1
HP for a second there.
Yeah, Doctor not able to get it with the Mystic Shot. I believe the little Void Mites were blocking it anyway. And the Raptors, so it looks like DK are actually going to give this one up.
Yeah, not opting into the fight, not looking to contest them, which, honestly, I think KT getting this, kind of daylight robbery.
Yeah.
I think really happy with that. Okay, guys, in my defense,
yeah,
I was coughing, I was sneezing a lot, you know, hard to focus.
Yeah, there we go. Continuing to fight. So it's just business as usual right now towards this bottom side. Soul Furnace up there, perfect. True Shot Barrage is going to spot that this is happening. And DK just going to be taking this one away. So that is going to be feats of strength of the objective department. Secured here by DK. It's good cursing. It got to the point where we had to actually get rid of Chronicler. We sent him back to the Netherlands just for a week because he's been doubting the curses, hasn't been respecting them quite as much. There is the charge from Shelly. That's going to be able to take down the outer turret in the mid lane, and that's feats of strength going over to DK as a result. Very, very nicely done. And I'm feeling it. There's a team fight of brewing. Surely. Lucid taking a little bit of damage here, but he's Poppy. Doesn't really care about it too much, as Cuz avoids the Void Seeker. It's Peter already with the Unbreakable Will, and DK just going to kite that one out. Now Cuz could be in trouble. Flash out of the way of the Pop Blossom as the Weaver's Wall comes through, but it's a little bit of a funky timing there as the Seismic Shove pulls perfect over the wall. True Shot Barrage doing so much damage though on Lucid, just going to get taken out by KT. Now Peter flashing away, the Seismic Shove will be avoided. The Scion is extraordinarily low, but able to walk his way out, and the only kill to go over so far is that one onto Lucid. Shio able to get himself out as well, and holds on to the flash, and I think that might be enough here for KT.
Very scrappy fight there, and it looked like maybe Peter committed a little bit too much on the start of the fight, losing his Unbreakable Will, losing a lot of health, but in the end, the TP comes in for perfect, and he's just so damn tanky. Lucid ends up going down with the jungler gone. I think it's...
All right, BDD going to be just flashing immediately. A lot of respect towards Lucid, and I think that is warranted as well.
I think it gets really hard late in the game. It's not like impossible, but I think like the Scion, we've seen it be so strong, and like yes, Kai'Sa with enough time and like later in the game can eventually shred through him, but like Kai'Sa Alistar is such a strong front line. Odds are going to go against them the longer this game goes. And right now, KT, they have those 2 dragons in pocket. Yes, they're down in gold, but...
Oh, it is the real Beryl. Pop Blossom comes through, it lands onto 3, but there's no one to follow it up as aiming does come in. I told a lie as the Kai'Sa is able to get there just in time. Peter in trouble, and that is a little late on the ulti as Cuz going to get wiped out as well. True Shot Barrage going to find the middle of the posts. 6 points in AFL, and maybe DK could turn this into something. It looks like the Otacon is not something they want to risk right now.
Sometimes on his 2-item spike, this is really where Ezreal is thriving. Strongest point of the game, really for him. Aiming is closing in on that Infinity Edge on this Crit Kai'Sa build. Oh no!
The flash in, it's a decent buffer, but he's still knocked up into the air and taken down by Aiming. There's that assassination you were talking about as Perfect rethinks his decision immediately and gets the heck out of dodge. Xiu, in the meantime, here on this top side of the map, will be taking out a turret, and DK will be able to even out the Dragons as a result. Oh no, this lead continuing to balloon.
Yep, and honestly, for Doctor, that just really shouldn't be happening. As an Ezreal getting caught out by a Poppy like that, you had Summoners, you had Flash available. Should have been able to escape that. If you flash before the headbutt connects in the series, but for now, this is enough. They are looking to start up the Arakan.
There are a lot of people on the other side of the map.
Yeah, this is a bold play to put 2 members here, so they could potentially threaten PDD, and Aiming could fly in and look to assassinate him while the rest of them pressure Arakan. And now KT, it's kind of like a split focus. They're committing to the Arakan now.
Yeah, and it is going to be Showmaker going back. He can teleport in as PDD towards his top side clears out the wave. Lucid in the area with his ultimate available as the Arakan's down to 50%. Xiu standing on top of a ward. The flash pulverize comes in from Peter as the public execution comes down just to get him out of dodge. There is the wall coming through as Beryl finds one with the Pop Blossom, but he takes so much damage. The Scion's already dead though. Zombie mode coming on through, but KT, their health bars are just evaporating as the seismic shove after the flash from Showmaker is so good. Realm Warp to try and get them out, but the follow is instantly there, and DK massacre KT in the team fight, and they'll get the Arakan as a reward.
Feels like Dplus just playing with their food. Let them start up the Arakan. They turn on a Xiu, unable to take him out, and then the cleanup is swift and decisive. Dplus get the boon, but they also get all the kills to boot, and now the game firmly in their control, almost a 10,000 gold lead.
I know how you feel about it, everyone, and if I should just stop saying Arakan forever, or whether it is kind of cool. It's okay. Cuz just going to get held up into the sky. No Cyclone for you.
0 for 1 for Cuz so far in this game. And he has just been absolutely decimated by Dplus, by the combined efforts. But Lucid having a fantastic one on this Poppy.
Oh yeah.
And now pushing up mid.
And now
taking a tower in top lane. They just have no answers.
And this is crazy as well, right? Because the next game is going to look so different. Both Poppy and Talia have been removed. There are a lot of things that both teams are going to need to consider in this draft. Right now, DK looking miles ahead. They in fact are. It's 13,000 gold. This is not a small lead at 30 minutes into this game as KT looking at the remains of their base, probably thinking about what to get done in the next game. Soul Point now going to be on the cards just because they may as well before going for a reset. And then continuing their onslaught of this map. Death's Dance going to be completed here for Xiu. Arakan is actually like way cooler, says like half the chat, and the rest are thinking that Arakan is canon. So it's hard to tell at this point. It's going to allow them to siege up this last remaining inhibitor turret. And DK looking like they can do no wrong. However, the train is coming on through. There's a death cap on Showmaker right now. There is 4,000 gold ahead for the Gold King himself as the Pop Blossom connects onto 2. Beryl should be going down here though as BDD does close that kill. And now, public execution getting Xiu into the backline, but now he's going to get knocked up. Now he might be in trouble as Peter gets in there. Xiu, not actually in trouble, as it turns out, ladies and gentlemen. He's actually tankier than we thought. Lucid, not so much, as Dr. Arm dashing forward. Cuz almost dead to Aiming, who Killer Instinct into the base. And there is only one remaining Nexus turret. He might be able to follow these super minions in.
Baron KT, Dplus are in the vicinity as, yeah, Dplus are just taking Soul.
Yep. And I don't think that KT had any other choice. As you can see, Lucid, he's like, well, maybe I'll just go win the game. As PDD is doing his very best to just patrol the area to try and keep things sorted out as, oh dear, Keeper's Verdict going to come down. That is going to get rid of Cuz. As now Peter moving over the Pop Blossom, and Dr. Arm is going to get singled out. DK just running KT around the map right now as Lucid is going to get the flash out of Peter, but the Weaver's Wall comes down. Flash out from Showmaker, perfect, just trying to hold him in position, but the perfect execution gets to the back line, and Xiu taking a lot of damage. Perfect able to flash his way out, and PDD is a bit of a raid boss, but he's going to get shoved into the wall and cut down by the Ambassador, and I think this may have been the last gasp. The DPS is now dead for KT, and Cuz just going to be hanging out on his fountain waiting for this game to be over.
Yep, Dplus able to take this game pretty convincingly. Strong start to the series. in Dplus fashion, and I think KT, because in particular having a really rough one on the back of this.
Oh, he really did. That was a big struggle, but DK will come out trumps here in game number 1.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.